Howdy folks, Sep here aka Sean, and I'm bringing you another Next War World War III video. So this is turn 3 still, well, turn 1 here, but turn 3 overall in the war. I am just now getting ready to, well, I've kind of gotten into the second strike phase for Korea. There is no second strike phase for Taiwan because it's a contested turn. This is an initiative turn, so there's more phases in an initiative turn because more things happen. So I've already plotted all the strikes. I've already rolled for all the ADF detection. So North Korea, they pretty much went all out because their Air Force is not the greatest in the world, so they need to do everything that they can do with it while they still have one. So I committed a lot of strike aircraft to hitting airfields, installations, and things of that nature. So we'll start from the south, and then we'll kind of go north. And then, of course, the U.S. and the Allies committed a lot of stuff too. So we'll kind of cover that. So if we look at the map, we're going down here. So these aren't very good strike aircraft. So if you look, so it's that last number there. It's the 1. So basically these are going to be strike 1s. So I chose for these strike 1 aircraft, like all the ones that have the crummier ratings, I chose places that were flat or marsh where their chances are going to be better of actually being able to do something. They were ADF detected, so they will undergo SAM and AAA because these guys are not standoff. If that little 1 on there, see that if the 1 had an asterisk after it, it'd be a standoff attack. Basically, it means standoff means they've got munitions that are capable of kind of fire and forget type stuff, right? These are old planes, so they probably have the old conventional iron bombs, or they're using rocket pods or something where you have to have eyes on target. So, but they will undergo ADF. Then we also attacked this one. The little cube means that they were not detected, basically. So if you look, the South Korean air defense network is pretty much in a shambles after the first go around of strikes and things of that nature. So they're going to hit that airfield, and then we got over here, we've got a couple planes going after that installation. So hopefully we can get some luck and knock some of this stuff out. We've got another pair of strike aircraft hitting that airfield right there. We've got a pair of strike aircraft hitting that installation. We've got a helicopter strike right here. We've got some bombers going to hit. There's an installation right there on that island. That seems like a strange place to put an installation. I would think that there'd be a port or something on there instead, but whatever. So, and then I gave them interceptors just in case because these are bombers and they're a little bit more vulnerable. But the attack was not detected, so the interceptors were not needed. And then we've got a helo strike going here on that airfield. Maybe we can finish that off. We threw 3 ballistic missiles to no effect on that installation. So yeah, there was 3 missiles, no effect. I think they were all shot down by the THAAD missile battery or anti-missile system. So we did throw in some bombers. They were early ADF'd, so that basically means that that the Allies could throw in interceptors. But if you look over here, they have no interceptors. So guess what? There's going to be SAM fire and stuff like that. They did have a couple of interceptors, but they allocated their interceptors to protecting these B2 or B-52s and that mission up there. I can't remember if I covered that one already, but that one, we're going to also hit that airfield. And I think that's it. I mean, like I said, there was a lot going on for the North Koreans. So the Allies, there is a supply depot that's been detected. So we threw in the big guns on that one. We put in these You're not going to do it. I got to have 3 hands. So there you go. We put in the B-52s. Those have a strike rating of 6. So I threw 2 of them at that supply depot because we need to, if we can knock that supply depot out, that will be huge, because if these guys become out of supply, then basically it's going to bring this over here to a grinding halt. So that's why we allocated the 1 interceptor just in case they got detected. But they did not get detected, so that's the white cube. It reminds me that I rolled for detection, but it was not detected. Throwing a helicopter strike here to weaken one of these units because it doesn't look good here for the 2nd Infantry Division. We threw in 2, actually it is this guy right here in the swamp. So 2 helicopter strikes are going here. One of them was detected, one of them was not. Okay, I did cover that one. We're throwing in a B-52 and a B-1 bomber here on that supply depot. They were detected, and we allocated an interceptor just in case. Stealth bomber going to that airfield, or that installation. Another helicopter strike going to that airfield, and it was early ADF'd, so that means it will undergo SAM and AAA. And then we put a B-1 bomber on that installation. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of strike stuff going on in North Korea. So I'll go ahead and resolve all that stuff and let you know what the results were. All right, so I've just rolled for the first. So the Allied goes first, right? So I've rolled for this strike. And this is what I rolled. I rolled a 0 and a 9. So I rolled the best and the worst thing you could possibly get. So they're affected by the pilot skills, which are -2. So that's a -2 and a 7. If we look over here, so it is a hardened target. A supply depot is a hardened target. So we go to 6 because that's the strike rating of the B-2. So we've got an X, which is unit loses a step, naval unit removed. And then, so we look here. A supply depot that gets an X is eliminated. So that was awesome as far as the Allies are concerned. Boom. All right, here we go. That's why I sent B-52s in there, because they have the best strike rating of anybody. Well, they're bombers, so they're going to have good strike ratings. So supply unit is eliminated, so that is really going to affect. We're going to have to trace supply, I believe, back to Wonsan. So it is, I don't remember, I think it's, well, let's look real quick. Do I have that? So supply source is from urban at 6 motorized movement points. So it'll get there. It'll get mostly to down here. So that's, let's look at this. This is going to be, so from here it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is good. 6, because these headquarters can extend that by an additional 4. So all is not lost yet over here, but if it gets to, I think, storm, then we're going to be hurting. And of course, we can always build more supply depots, but it's going to cost supply points. So that was part of the whole reasoning behind that. So all hope is not lost over here yet, but that definitely is going to make the North Korean leadership think a little bit more about the logistics over on this side. All right, so we'll go ahead and do the Hilo Strike 1. And that is in, it looks like Highland Woods. So basically I need a 3 or lower. And that is a 9. So I think didn't this one roll a 9? I don't remember. All right, so that is over with. And Hilo Strikes, yep, Hilo Strikes are in there. All right, so we can take these guys off. These B-52s, one of them did good. The other one, we might need to reevaluate him and have him go through a little bit more training afterwards. All right, so we have over here. So one of them was detected. So what we'll do is the black is flak. Black is the AAA. So that's, darn it, that's definitely not what we wanted to see, was a low AAA number. So let's look. So that's on. There's only one of those helicopters was detected. So the other one is safe. But let's see. Let's see what happens to this helo here. What's AAA? AAA right now is a 3. So black is flak 0. So that is X. The attack helicopter loses a step and may continue the mission. So we will go ahead, and he might be dead. Yep, rock helicopters only have 1 step, so that is gone. That's not good. But the other one did successfully make it through the gauntlet of AAA fire. So let's find out. That's a strike 1 in Marsh. Or a Helo 1 in Marsh. So let's find out where my dice right here. That's a 5. That is going to be a strike 1. Alright. There we go. Strike 1. All right, what else do we have as far as the allies go? I think, okay, we got all this more bomber action up here. All right, so early ADF, that guy can go to the flown box because it honestly doesn't matter. There's no interceptors. So let me see. Both of those are standoff, so it's SAM only. So oh, son of a gun. See, my dice slipped out of my hand, and look at that. Let me fix that real quick, and then I'll get back. All right, I think I fixed most of it. There might be somebody that got moved where they weren't supposed to be. Actually, here's a unit right here. Where did this guy go? I don't remember where he was. I don't remember where that guy was either. Dang it. I think that guy was there, and I don't remember where this guy was at all. We're going to say you were there. I'm sure I could go back in the video and find out where most of that stuff was, but you know what? Whatever, that's what happens. So what were we doing? We have to do ADF. So black will go on the B-52. So that's a 5 and a 2. So it looks like that B-2 bomber, or excuse me, B-1 bomber is going to take a little bit of SAM fire. So what is it? SAM of 9. Let's see. The B-52 is a 5. Wow. That's a +2. If target is on 2 hexes, is there a headquarters there? Yes. So that's a 4. Well, I can attempt to press on. And if I get a 0 to 4, that's a step loss. Ugh. Let me see. What happened to the B-1 bomber? The B-1 bomber got a 2, which is a 1. That's an X. So the B-1 takes a step loss. Oh, that's huge. That's so terrible, dude. Ah. That's going to hurt. I'm very reluctant to use that. You know what? We're going to just abort that mission. I'm not going to lose two bombers, or risk losing two bombers. Well, the B-52 would have taken a pretty serious step loss. I'm not willing to suffer that, so that really sucks that I lost that B-1 bomber. So that helo is going to undergo SAM and ADF. Black is flak, right? So I think we're safe. Let's see here. I'm confused at the moment. All right, 7 for Sam. I think that's local. If that's local, that makes a humongous difference. I don't know if a port is considered an installation as far as, I'm going to say that the port would have pretty sophisticated, at least North Koreans, you would think that they would have. They're close to a port, so that is going to be a 6. Or, no, excuse me, that is going to be normal ADF. So, let's see, a 7 for Sam, or a 7 on the Sam 9. That's a +1, which goes to that. And then the flak was a 9, which is a 3. So nothing happens there. So that he's going to get a +1. He'll get a +1 to his die roll. You know what? Oh, wait a minute. That is, I'm going after that airfield, which is in Flat Woods, Helo 1. +1 to the die roll. That's a 9. That will be nothing. And then, let me see, we've got the stealth bomber, and then we've got that other B-1 over there. So neither one of those was detected, which is good, because I really don't feel like losing another big plane. That's what was... I don't know why that ADF marker was there. So that's a strike 6 on a hardened target, I believe. No, that's just an installation. So we go by the terrain that it's in, which is flat. Strike 6, -2 because of the pilot. So that'll be a 2. So that is a strike 2. Let's see here. No, not that one. Strike 2, collateral damage. Did I hit? I don't think I've hit any other. No, there was no other airfields. So we'll roll for that one. And that was a 3, which is also a strike 2. And then that's got a collateral damage on it. These guys go back to the flown box. So that will be it. That's it for the Allies. Now we've got a ton to do with the DPRK. There's a lot of strikes going on here now. So, all right, let's start down here. So, actually, these guys can go back to the flown box because it's not needed. So those are 2 strike 2s, and that is flat in their airfields, right? So, all right. The black one gets a -1 for pilot rating. So that will be a 4. Obviously the 9 is a miss. So that is, let me get my, that's going to be a strike 1. Strike one. These guys can go back to the box, the flown box. Then we'll go here. You can put all these dud missiles away. Actually, the missiles aren't duds. It's that THAAD missile anti-missile system that they have that is extremely effective. We won't need these because they were only early ADF detected. So let's see here. What is that? Is that that's an installation, so that is going to be normal ADF, which is as good as local right now. So SAM is 3. Basically, we have to roll lower than a 4. Ooh, we get to roll flak too. All right, so we'll go one at a time. Black is flak. Well, that's probably going to hit you. So what is it? AAA is 2. And that's a 2. So that's a +2. So that guy gets a +2 to his die roll. So we'll do the same thing with this guy. Again, black is flak. All right, I think, what's a 4? That's a +1. All right, so now these are 2s, strike 2s in, I think that's rough. Yep, strike 2s in rough. So normally we need to roll lower than a 4, but we need to roll pretty good. So black will be the left-hand one. So we rolled good, actually, and that was a 1. So that turns into a 2, and this turns into a 2. He has a pilot skill of +1, so that is now a 3. It's amazing how a 0 turns into a 3. So a 3 gets you a strike 1, and a 2 gets you a strike 1. So that will be a strike 2 on the installation, and there's going to be some possible collateral damage on these choppers there, and that's why I did that. So I wanted to try to see if we can take out some helicopters, or at least reduce them. Let's go back to the flown box. All right, what else? What else is next? Okay, so we had ADF, so that means that helo is going to undergo, I think, the flak because he was detected. The AAA happens before the mission is resolved. If otherwise, actually, you know what? Those bombers. Okay, so these guys, they're non-standoff, so AAA happens to them as well. So, but it happens after the mission. That's the one thing I had to do. So that's a AAA of 3. All right, so we'll go there and there. The 9's not going to do anything, but a AAA 2. All right, so nothing happens. So they managed to dodge the AAA. So this guy's going to undergo AAA before the mission resolves. So again, black is flak. All right. So I think the SAM is going to miss. Yep, SAM misses. AAA is a 4. -1 because it's an attack helicopter. So that's a 3 on the 2. That's a +1. So he's going to get a +1 to his die roll. So that is a Helo 1 in Rough Woods. So this is where we go. So we find Rough Woods and then we find Helo 1. So we are in this column and we get a +1 because of the AAA fire. So that's a 6, and that is not good enough. So that's a miss. So that's pretty much how that works. And just in case anybody was wondering. We will do this helicopter. So he was not detected. So that was a 4, and that's in flat. So that is a strike 1. Oh, there we go. So what's going to happen there is the reason I put that on there is because we have to do the collateral damage. That will end up turning into a strike 2. Actually, I'm sorry. That strike 1 is on the Patriot missile battery and not the installation. So here we go. We will do this one. Actually, you know what? Let's get this guy way out here. So he was not detected. So we don't have to do any of that nonsense. Those guys, the flown box, those are strike 2s. So there will be AAA, but it's after the mission resolves. So those are strike 2s. What is this terrain? That looks like rough. We have pilot ratings. We have okay. So the black is the -1, and the gray is the +1 because the pilot in the one plane is not that great. So that's a miss. That's a 5. And that is just enough to miss. If he'd rolled if he didn't have that terrible pilot in there, he would have hit. So now we got to do flak for both of them. Black is the left one. So the 7's probably going to miss. And nothing happens. Man, cruddy pilots, dude. All right, we'll go here. Osan Air Base. What are those? Those are a strike 2 and a strike 1. So the gray will be the strike 1. Double eights, I'm pretty sure that's not good enough to do anything. Yep. Neither one of them was a pilot that had any good modifiers, so now we will go here. Oh, those are some terrible pilots. A +2 pilot rating and a +1 pilot rating. So the black will be +2. Oh, well, there we go. So that turns into a 2. That'll be a 6. I don't think a 6 is going to be good enough. That's swamp. That's that hex right there. Or marsh. Those are strike 1s. So the 6 is a miss, and the other one's a 2. So that is a... All right, there we go. So that is a strike 1 collateral. I might run out of strike or collateral damage markers. Or at least strike 1 collateral damages. I think I've run out of them. I might have some more somewhere else, but... all right, what else do we got? All right, now what do we got? We've got this guy. He was ADF'd. Those are non-standoff attacks, so the flak happens before. So here we go. We'll do one at a time. So that one will be black as flak again. I think that guy's probably dead. flak is 2. That's a +2. And Sam is a 3, which was a 1. 1A. Yep, he is going to abort. And now we got to do this guy. All right, 3. And the AAA of 2. That's a +1. So that's a +1. He has a pilot rating of +1. So that's a 5. And that is not good enough. Had he not taken that flak, he would have been able to get a strike 1. And then I think we've got this one, and then we've got one more down there, I think. And then that will do it. 4 and 8. I'm pretty sure the 8 missed. I am out of collateral damage strike markers, so and then lastly, right here, those are pretty much, yep, those are misses. Especially that guy. He has a pilot rating of +2, so. Well, I did what I could with the Air Force that was given me, and let me be honest, there's not a very great Air Force. All right, let me read and figure out what's going on next. All right, we would do naval bombardment next, but there's really no naval units that are. This is the only one, and he only has a range of 1, so unfortunately you can't do any naval bombardment. And he's in port, and that guy over there is in port, so no naval bombardment. We did the collateral damage for this airfield, and nothing happened. There was none. We will now do the collateral damage for that airfield. We basically need a 1 or a 0. So nothing happens, so I get my strike 1 marker. That is done. We will do the strike 1 for that air base. 3 or lower is what we're looking for. And nothing. So that turns into just a strike 1. We're just rolling for collateral damage, basically, to see if any of the planes that were hit by any of the cluster bombs or whatever they... Hellfire missiles, JDAMs, whatever they're using. Let me see here. Right here, we're doing a strike 2. 4 or lower. Miss. Oh, we also have to do helo collateral damage. Where's my gray die? There it is. So the black will be the U.S. Army AH-64. Well, that was a strike 2, I believe. So if we roll a 2 or lower. And this guy will take a step loss, and they don't have any steps. So that sucks, man. The Republic of Korea has lost 2 helicopters this round. All right, that's done. That's done. Okay, those were just sitting there. So that's a strike 1 on an airfield. Ooh, that's a hit. Strike 1. So owning player chooses 1 step loss from an air unit in the basing box attached. So we will choose a step loss. It can be a step loss anywhere. I don't really want to do that. all those F4 Phantoms have already taken step losses, because that's the... Well, I guess it's going to have to be you. Well, that's an F4 Phantom too. There we go. So he took... That's done. And oh, I've got these up here too. What do we got? We've got... It's going to be a strike 2. That's going to be a strike 2. All right, so the black die will be here, and then the gray die will be up there. That's really good. So the 1, that is an installation. That's a strike 2, got a 1. All right, so that 1 is air point, which the Republic of Korea, the Allies pick that. And then they lose an air mobile point as well. So we get to pick one step loss. All right, so we get to choose a step loss. Let me see. Who? Ooh, that guy, he's a nice juicy 4. Didn't we have... I think there was a 4 that flew. There we go. So see, we're going to do this guy, because he's in the flown box. So next turn, he'll go to the ready box. So we'll do that. Boom, got him. Do we have any air mobile points? Yes, we do. And those go down to 3. So we'll do that. This goes back into there. And now we got a 3 on the strike 2. So air point. Owning player chooses a step loss. Okay. Yeah, that might... those guys can actually come back if I reconstitute them. Well, we'll take a step loss. He's a crappy pilot, so we'll take a step loss here. So each air unit for the DPRK is a half a point. So now the Allies get 1 point, because I'm not tracking the halves until I get them filled up. So oops. All right. All right, that was the strike phase and the collateral damage. So now both sides can alternate doing headquarters and artillery strikes. So let me figure out if I want to do that. Sometimes I think it's better to use the headquarters to boost up attack factors or defense factors, because you can use them that way as well. So we'll see if there's anything. The only thing I'd really do a strike on would be something that's already got a strike on it to increase that. So let me take a look and see what headquarters can do what, or what artillery can do what. So I just looked up these helicopters and the air unit. The helicopters were two points apiece, and the air unit was 5 for a U.S. air unit. That was 5, losing that B-1 bomber. That was terrible. So yeah, that's going to hurt. So the North Koreans right now, they have scored 31 victory points so far. They're kicking butt. It doesn't really look like it. I mean, to look at the map, you'd be like, they're not really doing a whole lot. But I mean, they've eliminated, those are divisions that they've eliminated. And then that air unit was huge. But anyway, let me get back to my headquarters and artillery stuff. I'm probably not going to do anything, because again, I save those to help add to attack and defense factors rather than try to do a strike. But we'll see. There might be something that presents itself. All right, so I've looked at both sides. I think I'm only going to do one headquarters strike. You're supposed to alternate non-allied then allied, but I think I'm only going to do one for both sides. And it's going to be this headquarters here. He's going to do a strike on this headquarters here because he's detected. And if I can get a strike 1 on it, then it reduces the capability. And that's really the only reason I'm doing it, is because I just want to... You can use a headquarters twice per game turn. So if I can get a strike 1, then I'll only be able to use him once instead of twice. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's go down here. So basically we are looking, that is Flat Woods, and that is an other headquarters. So you have U.S. headquarters are a little bit better at it, and that's an other headquarters. And then the Supreme headquarters are kind of even, they're not even as good as other headquarters. I guess because you can think that the Supreme headquarters are too far away to really be able to do anything. And you do have that one right there. So you got that one. He's got a range of 40. So you got to figure that headquarters probably doesn't really know what's going on because they don't have eyes on stuff. So we will go here, and then we'll just simply roll the die. So that's a 7, and that's not good enough. So that is that. Oops, hit the camera. All right, second supply phase. It does happen on game turn 1 because it's the second supply phase. The first supply phase does not happen on game turn 1. So basically, because of that supply depot that got taken out, so this urban area is our supply source. So these blue, that's 6 motorized movement points. So now, like right here, that's the limit. But this headquarters can then extend that another 4 motorized movement points. So we easily have these guys for right now. So it's... But this is where the headquarters come into play, is the headquarters can extend that supply by another 4 motorized movement points. So I think I need to Pyongyang. I don't know if there's any other urban. I need to look at that. Let me look at that real quick and I'll get back. But I think that's going to make a difference up there too. But I do have, well, you know what? It doesn't matter. I have a supply depot. And then I also have a supply depot there as well. So I think we're good because the supply depot, I believe, the supply depot is 8 motorized movement points. Yeah, the supply depot is 8 motorized movement points. So everybody over here will be good. Now, if we manage to take out some more supply depots, like I tried to get that one, that would have been a big deal. But so that's it for the first supply phase. And now, where do we go from there? Now everybody's caught up. So now, well, and I say everybody's caught up, Taiwan and Korea are both, they're both involved now because Taiwan was contested. Now the contested part is, so basically, basic movement and combat. You've got isolation and surrender, and then reorg. So basically everything that happens from here on out is going to happen for both Next War Taiwan and Next War Korea. But I think this video has gone to about 45 minutes, which kind of surprises me. I guess I can get long-winded when it comes to nonsense. But I think I will go ahead and call this one a wrap so that I can get it loaded up and we can start working on another one. Thanks for watching.